everything happens for a reason. That's all I could say. Even like the initially working in the garage, everything we've ever done, it's all just kind of happened real natural. And I feel like when the block actually came around, I guess me and Aaron were just contemplating ideas of what was the best step to take at that point with the brands that were around us, like what would be the best thing for them as well without like, you know, jeopardizing their sales. At some point we just decided that it would be better to open a store that sold all of our friends' brands than starting another brand and trying to like compete against them.
We wanted to get more involved with the trip to start. Around the same time, our homie Steve-O was really getting going with Peepgame. Before I worked at Tip Plus, I kind of took a stab at starting my own screen printing business, so it was something that I had a little bit of knowledge in, and obviously there was a great need for in our kind of circle of friends. We started looking into it and, you know, trying to figure out how we could make it happen, gathered up some funds, and started going around town talking to different people about how to get involved, what the steps we needed to take were. And I think in November of 2014, we made our first purchase on some equipment and got going. We started out real slow, just kind of making some random stuff for ourselves, doing a couple things for Peepgame, and we actually landed our first customer by going door to door. Got hooked up with this shoe store down on Melrose in Hollywood and started making shirts.
I guess once it started and when we actually opened up, it was very apparent of like why we were about to be here, because it's like there was, in our first grand opening, there was over 150 people here, and it's like obviously these people were already here, they just wanted to like, didn't really have a place to go at the point, you know what I mean? With making clothing and stuff, it's like now we got to brand a location, a store, and get to make a lot of the same things that the other apparel companies make. Ours just more focused to a certain location, you know what I mean? Everything we're trying to do here is for the homies. Like, we did the block tees right away, but I would say almost like within a week of doing the block tees and like meeting all the homies and shit, we were so like all about like making a tee for the homies. So that's how like technically the homie tee came about. You know, it's just like little thing for them, because it's like over time, like if the shit pops off, like that little thing right there could be the reason why we get to take them on trips and like take them someplace other than Hollywood, outside of this place, you know, or send them somewhere or whatever, you know. We try to make them all hang out as much as possible. We take them riding everywhere. We teach them how to hop fences, teach them how to like try to save clips and film clips, and like, you know, like obviously you gotta stay relevant on the Instagram and shit, but you gotta learn how to like stack up for, you gotta learn how to stack up for real projects. You can't just, you know, a lot of people want that Insta fame right away, and that's like a very big thing in our world right now. But like at this point, like if they don't ever learn that, you know, you have to sometimes spend 2 years on a project, they might not ever see how good they could be. You know what I mean?
You go to the skate park and a kid comes up to you and he's like, "Hey, how do I get sponsored?" Like, worst question in the world, you know? It's like with this, we get to like talk to kids and, you know, about riding for the right reason, because you want to hang out with your homies, because you want to have a good laugh, because you just want something to do other than sit in your house, you know. And that's what we try to put forth with the Saturday cruise. You know, we've been doing the Saturday cruise for a long time now, and that it's really sick and it does a lot, but now it's like, you know, we need more. Like, we're trying to think of new ways just to get people together, keep it interesting, you know, keep it fresh, keep the smiles going. That's what, you know, that's what's cool. It's like when I was growing up, you know, people went to the pool in the summertime. Why? Because everybody went to the pool and it was a cool thing to do, and that's what you did, you know. That's a way to make BMX the cool thing to do. When there's events going on and they're cool, and next thing you know, kids are going to school and they're on Monday and they're like, "Oh man, I had the dopest weekend. I was hanging out with like 30 of my homies at this thing and there was lit." You know, then kids hear that and they're like, "Well, I'm trying to do something lit on the weekend. All I did was play Call of Duty, you know, maybe I need to be somewhere lit, you know." And next thing you know, they got a bike and they're at the jam, and then, you know, it's just a snowball effect of passion, you know, that you got to spread out there and you know, sacrifice some time to support, you know, other people's passions, because it's hard out here, you know. LA it's a fast place, it's a hard place to make it. Most, you know, people's parents got stuff to do, you know. It's like it's hard for people to get around, you know, so we're trying to help people, show people like things to do in their own neighborhood, help them get to these things that are going on outside of their neighborhood, and you know, just support anybody that's supporting us. But you know.